Is it gonna crash? Is it gonna crash? It ain't gonna crash. But I haven't gotten the alert that I'm on yet. There's the alert. So let's monetize this. Let's go to YouTube. Whoop, whoop, whoop. YouTube Studio. Morning, Chris. Wah, wah, wah. Morning, Joshua. I am on. Oh, content. I got to get set up, though. So you're going to have to deal with me going around back and forth. And we're going to turn that on. And okay. That is done. Hold on 1 second. I got to go around this area and plug this in. Okay, now it's powered up. Now, it's powered up. I don't know if anybody heard about Scotty Scheffler. That is crazy. I got to turn this down. Going to turn the volume down. We'll go to YouTube. And view channel. Ooh, what commercial did I get? Custom ink. I got custom ink. Why did I get custom ink? I have no idea why I got custom ink. Okay, we're going to go to the scanner, and we're going to start scanning. Let's do. Where's my sidebar? Where the hell is my sidebar? Okay, how do I turn on my sidebar? I screwed this up because... There we go. Do seasonality, and then we're going to take that away. There we go. Okay. We're going to go to the core investments. There we go. Boom. Now I got my comfort level is back. Larry. Morning, Daniel. I'm going to turn on Do Not Disturb. Do Not Disturb. There we go. Go and look at our favorite. Now, let me do scans, and then I think how to trade meme stocks. Okay, I'm gonna do that automated scan feature. I know. I need to set that up for myself so that I don't sit here and do scans all day. I really need to set that up, but I haven't. I haven't done it. I have been busy. Ooh, we got a good amount of... Okay, we got all of the... Okay, scans. Uber, Google, Palantir, Boeing. Interesting. Those guys at TrendSpider. Oh, really? Oh, that sucks. But I think I can set it up to scan a bunch of lists. Oxy and Mara. I have to look at it. I haven't looked at it. Bitcoin. Yeah. I mean, just create one watch list with everything. You know, I like to do the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 100. Oh, see, that sucks. They'll fix it, though. They will fix it. I mean, the one thing I know about TrendSpider is they just energy, PARR, AMR, EQT, MPC, Oxy. We're going to stop that one. I don't know why it... stop. Energy names, leverage ETFs. BABX. This has been... I mean, that's getting another run up. Good run. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. I mean, I just love, I mean, what I like about TrendSpider is they constantly make my life easier. And it's a constant, I didn't know I need this, and it's just my life gets easier. That's what's crazy good about it. I mean, it really is. Okay, PARR is in there. MPC. Why is MPC not in our... Oh, it is. Okay, MPC. I was going to say AMR, EQT, Trading Desk. Okay, not owned. Let me see my not owned list to see what... Yeah, things were good with Mom. Mark. Lightspeed, Oxy, Google, Baba, Uber, Trading Desk, Boeing. Nope. Okay. Let's go to the Dow. And what? Boeing, Procter & Gamble, and Travelers. Let's go and look at the NASDAQ. EA. Charter. AEP. And let's look at the S&P. Oh. There we go. They cleaned all this up too. Google, GM. Alpha Pick. Boeing, Procter & Gamble. Okay. Good call. Good call on selling deer. Let's go to the 4 hour. There we go. Let's go to the Qs. And I'm going to go grab myself some water. I mean, it's pretty. Remove this. Remove this. Remove this. I think there's a 1 in here too, yeah. Remove this. ELF is interesting because I think they have earnings coming up with Alta. I mean, that's putting in a nice capitulation right there, right before earnings. I mean, that's below the MACD. RSI isn't extended. And when you look at the weekly, I mean, that just looks like, hey, we're heading into earnings with a little bit contraction of the Bollinger Bands. And look what happened last time. So that's a bit too far back for these volume profiles. So let's pull it back there. And you can see you're building that shelf up like you were here. Nice pattern there. I mean, that pattern there led to that. This pattern here led to that. Does this pattern lead to that? So I like that one. I like that one a lot. Okay. I gotta go grab water. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, ELF is, ELF is expensive. It's not cheap by any means. Valuation, I bet, is an F. But it's got a PEG rating because of their growth. It's actually really good. Yeah, valuation is an F. And you can see the PEG ratio. They're trading below because they have such explosive growth. Now it's ranked 6 out of 29. Honest Company is number 1. We've gone over the Honest Company before. That's a little more reasonable valuation. Momentum is an A+. You can see strong buy. Wall Street has Honest Companies. Price at $455. It's trading at $299. So it's an interesting one, but okay, let's see. I don't think I have this one, biggest stock movers of the day. No, I don't. Let's put this one up. We're going to put this at the beginning. We're going to put that one at the beginning. I'm going to bring this back to the Qs. Seeing a little button hook there. But nothing to concern about because you still have confirmation over that 9-day. So, just we're overbought 74. So, let's see. Roblox. Remember, any reaction in the market is an overreaction, and you've started to fill the gap. You will get it today, but you've started to fill the gap. You've started to fill the gap up to 38 from 32, 33. You've started to fill the gap. Any reaction is an overreaction in the market. Again, that's a good company with a shit ton of users, with advertising that should hold up. So, okay, let's see. Let's open some of these up. We only have a couple, by the way. The AI market is booming, and here's a good list of AI stuff. Here is the Dow. What's the last 10,000 points teach us? FFIE is the new GameStop. Hood should explode based on this volume of meme stock stuff. GameStop officially over. When you enter 45 million shares, it's officially over. And then we've got our biggest movers of the day. So I'm going to try and keep it to an hour if I can talk a little bit. Hit that thumbs up button. Wah, wah, wah. Let's see. Costco almost at 800. Oof. Dude. I mean, just look at this climb. I mean, this is, you know, a bought down here at 721. Or I'm sorry, a bought, I think, here at 728 after this one. Algorithm got you out. I did not get out. I wanted to add more. Added more down here at about 721. And I've been enjoying this one ever since. SMCI, great example. Did you get scared? Did you get scared? On this slide, did you get scared or did you buy? Felt uncomfortable to buy. It's up 2% today. We're going back to 1,000. It's at 925. We're going back to 1,000. Next week's NVIDIA earnings will be killer. The Blackwell demand will be out of control. They've delivered Blackwell to OpenAI. OpenAI just partnered with Reddit. So, okay. Let us go back to Qs. And I'm going to hit record because it's already 9:08. Okay. Okay. I usually start this out, good morning. But again, we're taking about 80 seconds. What up? Thank goodness none of us are Scotty Scheffler. If you haven't heard, the #1 golfer in the world tried to go around an accident yesterday in Louisville. PGA Championship, one of 4 majors. This is basically like, the Patrick Mahomes before the Super Bowl being pulled out and arrested for, it's a felony. A felony. And if you haven't seen the news, go and read the news about this. It is a wild, wild story about how he drove up on the median. The actual body cam footage will be incredible to watch. Incredible to watch. Now, privilege, yes. The officers not knowing who he was, yes. Him wanting to get the hell out of the Valhalla, yes. But you don't ignore an officer who's telling you, and you drive up on a median. Hello, you are in my world. No. Listen, the guy, great golfer, fantastic golfer, human being. We got a little bit to talk about there, but yeah, thank God we're not him. He may not make his tee time today. He is in for a felony. They may not release him in time for him to get to his tee time. And this isn't like a Saturday afternoon golf tee time. Got Buffet, please reschedule the tee time for 1 p.m. today. No, he's going off. We've had a lot of things go on while I was up visiting Mom for Mother's Day. So I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to teach you how to trade some of these meme stocks because GameStop is officially over. We'll go over that. But FFIE is out there and it's soaring like crazy. GME, we'll talk about how other stuff. But I heard a great quote, and I put this in the newsletter. If you're not part of the newsletter, dailystockpick.substack.com, it is free. Free during the week. 100% free. You do not have to pay for this during the week. I give you great trade ideas. I give you scans in the 4-hour algorithm in TrendSpider. I give you everything. dailystockpick.substack.com. If you can't remember that, this is the link that you want to remember. linktr.ee/dailystockpick. That has all the links that you need. But I put this quote in the newsletter, and the quote is from Bob Pisani on CNBC. He said, "New highs lead to new highs." It's very positive right now. Everything good. So here's the cues. And if you don't know how to read a chart, I'm going to teach you very simply. That green line right there, I like it. It's a 9-day EMA. It is what I use for confirmation. If you don't know what confirmation is, again, you can sign up for the paid newsletter. This education series teaches you everything that I say. Everything that I say. You support the podcast, you get an education. That's what it's all about. But I like to use this 9-day EMA as confirmation. What confirmation means? It just means we're trading over that 9-day EMA. You have to understand how to trade. Well, here you go with the MACD shooting up. Now, what is slightly concerning is that the RSI is at 74. What has happened the last few times we've gotten up here? Well, let's look back at January. What happened? You took a little dip. You were trading at 428. If you bought at 428 and then over the next week or so you went down to 419, are you upset? Well, the RSI was at 73. Sellers will show up. Sellers will show up because the market is overbought. Understand RSI. Understand MACD. Understand volume. This is a downward trending volume with an upward trending market. That's really bullish. When you get lower volume, but you get prices move higher, that's a good market. And again, this 449 was the all-time highs. We've passed it. We'll go over the Dow's at 40,000. We are in a bull market. When Fox News tells you that Biden's economic plan is not working, do not listen to it. Yes, we may see a pullback. Do you want to buy here? It's a Friday. No, you want to wait till next week. But are you not, if you decide, at 17 years old, you want to put $100 in every Friday, are you waiting till Monday? No, still put it in. We're in a bull market. You don't want to miss this. It's an absolute bull market. So there's the cues. I mean, that's all I can tell you. There are several stocks in the core portfolio that I'm shocked at that I do own. If you didn't buy these, if you're sitting there right now and you're like, God, I should have bought Costco at $7.20 when Gary told me. Don't sit there and say it. It feels uncomfortable to buy things at high prices. $730 was a big price to pay. But here's the way this one worked out for me. And yes, it worked out. I don't make money on every trade. But here's how it worked out. This one was $713. I didn't buy it here in April. I bought it at, mid-April, about $730. I didn't enjoy it when it went down to $705. I added more at about $720. I didn't buy it all in one chunk at $730, bought it at $720. We're at $798 today. That is a fantastic gain over 1 month. That is just one example. There's SMCI. SMCI, you could have bought in the 700s just like a week ago. Did you buy it? Did you get scared? If you didn't get scared, you own this stuff. If you are sitting there and you are listening to some of the naysayers that say this market's due for a turnaround, it's gonna crash. That's kind of, that's the emotion. Take a look at the charts. The charts take emotions out of your trades. That's why you need both a technical and a fundamental. If you don't have a charting program, if you want a charting program, TrendSpider is your perfect place. We were just talking about on YouTube Live how this scheduled scan stuff is fantastic. TrendSpider continues to get better. They don't raise your price. It's $582 for the year. That's a savings of 50%. You get 6 months for free, $48 a month. And you get my 4-hour algorithm. You get the 65-minute algorithm. What do? You go over to Linktree and you click on that link right there. And this is the page that you'll get to when you sign up. You just need the standard. I don't even use half the enhanced stuff. If you do, then sign up for it. If you think you want the professional, go and sign up for the professional. Again, these are the tools that you need in your arsenal to be able to do this. If you're just sitting back there and going, God, I wish I would have bought Costco at 700, but you didn't know what the chart looked like, you need a chart. Whether it's a free chart or whether it is TrendSpider. If you have a free charting system that you feel comfortable with, have at it. The other portion is Seeking Alpha, and I get you 20% off Seeking Alpha when you use my link. Go to Linktree. Sign up for Seeking Alpha Premium. Those are the two main things that I would encourage you to look at as tools. What does Seeking Alpha gets me? It gets me the quant, and it gets me the commercial free. I don't have ads. I mean, it gets me world-class analysis. It gets me everything. You'll see it in the newsletter in this video right here. But we're going to start out the biggest stock movers of the day. What's one of the biggest ones? Reddit. Reddit surged crazy after announcing a partnership with Microsoft-backed OpenAI. Basically, OpenAI is paying them, and Reddit has a deal with already with a couple of other, Google. Google did a deal with Reddit. So it's crazy. I mean, all they're doing is selling their data. I have a Reddit group. You want to get to the Reddit group? Go over here to the link tree and just go down to the bottom. You'll see it, daily Reddit community. You can join. But they're the biggest winner of the day. If you haven't tried Microsoft Copilot, I downloaded the app. I'm using GPT-4 for free. It is unbelievable. Canopy growth rose 5%. Other cannabis stocks, U.S. Justice Department formally proposed reclassifying. It's great. GameStop, one of the biggest losers. And we'll go over this right now. GameStop, they entered into an agreement to sell 45 million shares. What does that mean? Well, GameStop, I've been posting a lot while I was with my mother, and my mother wanted to trade GameStop. Honest to God, I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I tried to fill it. Webull couldn't fill the order, and it just got out of control. I think it was at $50, and I was planning on trading it to $55 just for a 10% scalp. I was going to get in, get out. Within 10 minutes, it was at like $58. I said cancel that order, and the next 10 minutes, it just went crazy. But if you want to trade, I mean, we'll go over this in a little bit. But here, GameStop, they're going to sell 45 million shares. When a short squeeze like this happens, what happens is if you short a stock, you need to buy that stock in order to get out of that short. Part of the reason I do not short stocks is because if you buy a stock and the stock goes to zero, you know what you got. When you short a stock, there is no limit to what you can lose because you have to buy that stock. One short share, and this is an extreme example. Say you have $5 million in the bank. If you short one share of GameStop, but everybody is holding GameStop and they don't, they're not letting you buy one, and you're in a short, then that is what will bankrupt all $5 million of you. It can take one share, and I do not like that. I like to know exactly what I'm doing and what I'm dealing with. So I don't short. I play the long. If I want to short something, what I do is just buy one of those leveraged ETFs. But here, GameStop, this is the 4-hour algorithm. Now, what I want to point out to you is the 65-minute algorithm, because this 65-minute algorithm actually worked through this short. It did, because it got you 109%. Okay? Yes, you lost 11%. It hasn't gotten you back in. It has not gotten you back in. So it has protected you. This nice 65 minutes. See, before I left for mom's house, we were up 134%. I would have told you as this started to slide, get out. You can always get back in. Get out at 50. You can always get back in. This one got you out at 36. That was still 109% gain. So you want tools to be able to take emotion out of this, because it's inside all of us. As this was going to 50 and then it hit 80, there were people that bought at 80, and there's probably still people holding at 80 because look, okay, so this volume slider, I think it was Patricia asked me how I use this. Take a look at this. So if I just slide this to where it got us in, right here on May 9th, or I'm sorry, May 10th, I'm going to slide it over one more. If I can just grab it with my mouse, I'm going to slide it over one more. And we're going to take a look, because what these things show you on the right here are shaded areas. This is where it shows you every buy that has been done from this point forward. So where are people holding? They're holding right here at 28. Okay, there's not too many people who bought down here who are still holding. That's where this little shaded goes. This portion, this is where everybody's holding. Yes, there are still some people holding at 47 and 48. Yes, there are still some people still holding up here at $60. I don't think there's anybody holding at 80. But again, This is how you trade this. You want a chart. You want something that gives you some protection to the downside because this one will move quickly. So the 65-minute algorithm, it 100% worked. 100% worked. But with this 45 million shares, the short squeeze won't happen. I don't see an upside to this again. They are issuing shares. So the shorts are able to get out because there's more shares there. Ryan Cohen is screwing everybody. Now, Roaring Kitty, absolute genius with some of his content on his tweets. He is genius with some of these things. I am completely entertained. Am I holding GameStop? No. I give him credit. I mean, he's got a thesis. He sticks by it, and he looks at this as the opportunity. What do you want to invest in? Robinhood. Robinhood's not bad. With all of this crazy meme stuff, Robinhood, Bank of America says, hey, retail trading's back. Robinhood's going to make some money. Not a bad trade. I mean, again, you want to take a look at this. And if we go and we look at Hood, I will pull up the 4-hour algorithm because I don't like looking at the 65 unless I know that I'm trading. Now, the 65-minute algorithm, it kind of meets buy and hold. So if you make 71% over 8 months and it's 79 positions, that's what this 65-minute gets you on Hood. But buying and holding gets you 72%. Why would you want to trade like that? I'd argue you want to trade like that because in the event of a major downturn, this 65-minute algorithm will get you out. It protects you. So if it meets buy and hold and you're nervous about a stock like Robinhood, because let's be honest, you should be nervous about trading a stock like Robinhood, then you use the 65-minute algorithm. Now, if you want to use the 4-hour algorithm, we'll take a look at that one. 4-hour algorithm makes you 127% versus 86% buying and holding. That's over 24 months. 24 months, 27 positions. So it's about once a month. This got you in at 1835. Where are you in pre-market? 1894. You're up 5%. Where's this one going? I have no idea, but take a look at it. We're in an upward trend. That 50 days moving higher. The 200-day, it's not there. But I would argue that Robinhood is not a buy. Look at the quant rating. It is not a buy. I would say it is just overvalued at this point. It does get hype, but the valuation is an F. And the profitability, a D. They're not making money. They are giving away money to lure in new people. And yes, they are making money off of trades, but I would argue it's not a good one. So Robinhood, I would stay away from. Now, if you want to trade a meme stock, FFIE, this is Faraday Futures. I have no idea what they do it. I think they're an electric car company. But FFIE is up 4,000% in a week. So if we go and we just look at FFIE and we say, okay, we want to trade this. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. And this is all in the education series of the paid newsletter. But I want you to be able to understand how you're going to trade this. This is a 57% in pre-market. You're at $2.60. This is going crazy. How do you trade this? Well, in my mind, with something like this that's up 50%, I think I'd want to trade this. And this is what I was planning on doing with GameStop. You go into, we have to do it live because it's pre-market, so I have to display extended hours. And essentially, I go in here and I look at this. Okay, so where would you want to buy? Say you woke up at this morning at 4 o'clock, and you said, boy, FFIE, it's going into a run. Where do I want to buy? Well, look at that. So right here, we'll point out this. You have confirmation. You're over that 9-day EMA. I like trading on the 9-day EMA. That's essentially my thing. So I like this one. It has confirmation, but it's already run. It's kind of trading sideways. You have some inside candles. Again, this is a 5-minute, but all of the candlestick stuff remains. Inside candles, when it trades between the bottom and the top of the previous candle, it's called an inside candle. I wouldn't want to take this trade. Why? Well, look at the MACD. Look at the RSI. The RSI is at 85. So I'd say, you know what? I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off until this gets to a better place. Now, I look for a MACD cross up after it's come down. Well, where are we trading? We're trading sideways, but you're under that 9-day. I don't see a good trade in this one. For something like this that is already up 50%, I want an A-plus opportunity. I want something where the MACD is close to the oscillator line, where the RSI is below 50, and where the candles are moving in an upward pattern from bottom left to upper right over the 9-day EMA. That is an A-plus setup. That is an A-plus setup. More than likely, take a look at this. Yesterday, you had declining volumes with the divergence of the increasing stock price. That's not a bad setup to have. That's a really good setup. Now, today, with this one being kind of crazy, I would expect kind of the same thing. This is how you trade meme stocks. You don't want to trade this on a 4-hour. If you do trade it on a 4-hour, you have to believe in the company. And I don't think that FFIE, I don't think you believe in this company. And the reason is it's just not making money. Again, yesterday it was up 478%. You almost 5 times your money. Say you took $10. That $10 is now worth $50. But it's not covered. This valuation, again, this company isn't making money. They're not making money at all. Do not get sucked into this on a 4-hour algorithm where you want to just take a look. You want to trade this on a short time frame. That's how you trade these meme stocks. And what I'm going to do for the paid newsletter subscribers, I will take GameStop as an example this weekend, and I will show you A-plus setups that happened that you should have taken. That I'm not going to guide you on these things. I'm not the guy who's going to text you, you should buy in at this price, you should sell at this price. I'm not that guy. I give you the tools. You give a guy a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a guy to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. I'm the teacher. So I will show you in the paid newsletter how to do it this weekend, how you could have made money with GameStop. It is simple. It is easy. You can see it, but you've got to have those A-plus setups. If you don't have those A-plus setups, say it's a B setup. Say for instance, you have this kind of setup right here where the MACD is a little bit high. We're going to move it to here, okay? Right here. MACD is a little bit high. RSI trending up at 71. You don't have an A-plus setup, but that's kind of a B setup. Still could have made money. It's trading over the 9-day, so if you just trade over the 9-day, that's a nice 10-15% gain in 25 minutes. And then as the MACD crosses down and the RSI gets starts to move down, sellers are starting to show up. You sell it. That's a B-plus setup, but that's 15%. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Now, when you take a look at this one, see that RSI down here at 38, and the MACD is starting to rise. Strike line's still moving down, but it's starting to rise. Say, it's a B setup. Well, say you take a trade here at 249, and then you just sell it, as it starts to pull back a little bit, 10% in 35 minutes. Again, understand your charts, understand how to look at this stuff, understand how to trade. These are simple things, but if you don't have an A-plus setup and you're nervous about trading these meme stocks, do not take that trade. Wait for an A-plus. If you want to wait for a B, I always look at the things as if it's an A-plus, I've got my RSI in the right place, I've got my MACD in the right place, and I have the candlesticks in the right place. It's really, really that simple. That is technical trading. You're not going to win on every one. You are not going to win on every one. But we just opened up at 9:30. We can see how this one trades because right now you've got that MACD just fluttering around there. We can see if buyers show up. It looks like sellers are showing up. People are taking profits. So, again, this one's going to move a lot. As a trader, you absolutely want the volatility. You're looking for this type of stock to trade. This is a perfect thing to trade. Now, as a long-term investor, the Dow just hit 40,000. Well, what this article tells you is the leaders and laggards from the last 10,000 move. When it went from 30,000 to 40,000, who gained? American Express, 100%. Caterpillar, 98%. I don't own either one. Microsoft, I own quite a bit. 96%. Goldman Sachs, I don't own. I used to, but I don't today. Merck, I don't own. The laggards, Verizon, never owned it. Intel, currently own it, hate it, don't like it. Nike, own, I think, $1,000 where I bought it $112, don't like it. Again, buy something like Anon, buy something like Lululemon. Disney, that's been a laggard for the last one. I do think that they have a good move going forward, but you're going to have to bet on Iger's plan. So it's kind of an iffy one. 3M, I would never invest in. I don't like what they did with the earplugs. I don't like the company. I do think that the company's turning around. But again, you look at the last 10,000 points, and they've been a laggard. Why would I put my money there? So you want to take a look at these things. When we reach these kind of threshold areas, I think that's a good time to adjust your thesis on this stuff. We talked about it. We're in an AI world. AI investing. UBS lists stocks providing exposure to turbocharge AI investment. This is both AI and it's Oracle, Palo Alto, Pure Storage, Seagate, Taiwan Semi, Meta, Microsoft. This is a list of stocks that you want to pick your winners. You may not pick the absolute winner, but you want to pick your winners. There is bullish thesis for all of these stocks. We're in an AI market. So take a look at those stocks. If you like one, pick it out. Take a look at it. I think it's an opportunity. Now, a couple of things I want to point out. Roblox. I talked about how any reaction in the market is an overreaction. And if you look at Roblox and we go to the 4-hour algorithm here, I said here, this is the trading range that we were in. Okay. Then earnings came out. They got killed on earnings. Absolutely killed on earnings. This is a platform with hundreds of millions of daily users. This is not something that is going to stay down. Any reaction in the market is an overreaction. The MACD is crossing up. You've got a gap here all the way up to 38. I'd say you want to take this trade. Now, if we go over to Seeking Alpha and we look at Roblox, it is not one that they're going to like. It is one that I think it's a trade. It's not something you sit and hold. Wall Street has it as a buy. And we can go and we can look at the analysts from Roblox. They just got an upgrade from MoffettNathanson. But the price target is 28% above where you are today. And you can see how the price target has come down. They brought it down a little bit to 42. They brought it down based on the last earnings. This was a $50 price target, and it traded like that. They've come down. Now, you are going to get a cross up today. Do you want to buy it today? I personally am not investing in Roblox. I don't have kids. I don't know 100% about this stuff, but I do know this is the winner in the metaverse. Is the metaverse the next thing? If your kids are playing this, if you've got kids and you understand it, go and get it. It will fill this gap up to 38. At some point in time, it will fill that gap up to 38. If we look at the weekly, we can see it's just trading in this range, and you're in the middle of this range. Will it go back down here to 27? It might. Look, that's been the trend as it has been. This week, you have a super small 3%. Last week, you had a 20% candle. It's going to be an inside candle this week. Just what it is. But I want to point that out. Now, Costco. Costco is one. This is at $793. I wanted to point out, again, we talked about trading in the 5-minute. We can talk about trading on the 4-hour. So back here, when it hit 713, I said, I don't want to buy it because I don't have confirmation. Then as it got confirmation, I bought. I think it was 720, 730, somewhere in that name. This was a big move up. Now, I may not have timed it perfectly, but the MACD was low. The RSI under 50 when it started, but it quickly got up. Doesn't mean that this stock isn't going to go way up. Look at where it was trading last time it was near the 780s. The RSI was at 80. The RSI was at 80. Was I worried that it was at 60? No. I said I want to buy it. So I bought here. Now, did it feel uncomfortable as it slid down? Yes. Yes. I wasn't comfortable with it, but I wasn't worried either. I just added more. The second leg. I didn't get out when the algorithm told me to get out. I knew this was a long-term play. So you've got to make your determination before you get into this stuff. There was somebody in the Facebook group, I think it was Charles, who said, hey, what's going on with GCT? The stock has been going down. If you got into GCT when I got into GCT, yes, it's gone down. But the reality of it is I'm not worried about it. I'm not looking at that daily chart. And if I am looking at the daily chart and looking at it on a regular basis, I'm looking at it to add more. I believe that, Alpha Picks, the Alpha Picks story here, this is a portfolio that's up 122% versus the S&P up 35% during the same time period. And you talk about, when you go to your Wall Street, if you're a Wall Street analyst, if you've got somebody managing your portfolio and they're not beating the S&P, where you can buy VOO and not pay a huge fee for an advisor, that's great. Hedge funds use the S&P as their guide. If they don't beat the S&P, it's not worth the investor's money to put it in with them. They're just not a good hedge fund. So 122% over 35%, I'd take that all day. GCT is one of these. These are long-term buy and hold. So if you're trading options based on GCT and you're telling me, it's not performing well, the investment thesis is different. This is why you want to create your own investment thesis. So you've got to do your own work. If you're following me, you still own GCT, and we'll take a look at it. But I want to point out here, you've got confirmation. You've got the RSI moving up. You've got the MACD moving up. Went over it a few days ago. I think it was Monday. How when Costco gets up this high, you typically I think it was on a daily, you typically have a big pullback. I said I was going to trim. I haven't trimmed. Why haven't I trimmed? Because the stocks chart is showing strength. Do I care that if it's at 792 right now? Do I care if it pulls back to 750 and then I sell? No, because I bought at 730. It's in a retirement account. And I know I'm trading this one because until they do a membership increase, I just don't see this stock being worth the cost until they do a membership increase. So that's it. Again, you have to create your investment thesis. Now we can take a look at the chart of GCT. I bought at 40. We're at 37 right now. We're up 2%. It's trading sideways. Am I upset that I bought at 40? No. Should I have bought at 40? Probably not. I mean, the algorithm got you out here with a 7.5% loss after you bought at 38. Hasn't gotten you back in. It will get you back in today or tomorrow. The stock is just trading in a range. Am I upset that I bought it? No, I am not playing options. I do not do options. If you are following me in options, you have to develop your own thesis because options are a different game. This is not an options play. Do I think we're going to pop 10, 15%? No. Was I happy when we popped from 30 up to 40? Yes. Did I sell? No. It's a long-term play. Is it a retirement account? Yes. Could I have sold? Absolutely, I could have sold. It is a long-term play. So understand that what I'm doing with my this is why you don't want to follow people. Again, I'm not giving you a fish to feed you for a day. I'm teaching you to fish to feed you for a lifetime. But you've got to come up with your own story. So, I've taught you how to trade on a 4-hour. I've taught you how to trade on a 65-minute. I taught you how to trade on a 5-minute. That is the value that I just gave you in 31 minutes? 31 minutes. This podcast is gold. Share it. Share it with your friends. Let's go to some of the social requests. Pat Dubb from Spotify wants me to look at SPY-V. SPY-V. Oh, these are the Spider Series Trust. SPY-V. I mean, this is just what is SPY-V? Let's see. I don't think it's a leveraged ETF. S&P. Oh, it's a value ETF. It means value. So as SPY-G, SPY-G, those are value and growth. So they just go and look at the holdings. What you're going to do is you're just going to go over to Seeking Alpha. You're going to type in SPY-V, and you're going to determine whether you like this or not. Not me, Pat. Pat, go and take a look at the charts. Go and take a look at this. But these are just ETFs. It's value and growth. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to this holdings tab, and then you're going to see. Again, the quant says buy, but you're going to see it's Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan, ExxonMobil. These are ETFs that you're going to do. And then SPY-V and then SPY-G. And it takes the growth in the value names out of the S&P and it puts them into an ETF. This has 231 holdings. So it's not 500 names like the S&P 500. That's what SPY gives you. The S&P 500, it's 500 companies. What these give you is just a slice of that. And you got Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon. These are the growth names. And it's they manage it to some portfolio. I don't know exactly what it is, but you can't go wrong. I mean, again, these are S&P slices. Take a look at them, and you can even chart them against SPY. So take a look at SPY-G against the S&P. Look at the 1 year. It's up 33% versus the S&P up 28%. I would argue that the growth is better. Now we can look at the symbols. We can add in SPY-V because that's value. And those are less volatile, more kind of giving names. SPY-V is underperforming. The reason is we're in a bull market. SPY-V during value, when you're in a bear market, it's going to do a little bit better. But again, over 1 year, we're in a bull market. You want the growth names. So, Pat, hopefully that explains it. Tora Heroes, could you look at Lithium Americans? I just started investing on Robinhood and listening to you, and you have some really good content. Thanks. So, Lithium Americas, Lithium has gone through just a nightmare. And this particular stock has gone through a nightmare of 6 months. I argue that this is remember, EVs have not been the favorite. They were the favorite. And lithium, it trades right along with EVs. And when you take a look at this weekly chart, what you want to do, Tora Heroes, is take a look at the weekly, because you've got a negative trending 50-day. You got a positive trending 200-day, but it's turning over. It's creating that half circle. So if you had to draw the rest of this chart, and you had to say, okay, where's that 50-day going? Where's that 200-day going? Look at the pattern that it's creating. It's almost like a half moon, like a horizon of Earth. What's this 50-day doing? It's moving down. So if you had to actually say, where's this going to go from here? That trend is down this way. This trend is more like a half circle, but it's still moving down. So that's where you want to look at. Is this one coming back? Well, let's go and take a look at Seeking Alpha. We'll go and take a look at this one, LICY. And we'll go and take a look at the summary of this one. And perfectly honest with you, Tora, I don't like this one. There are way better names that you could invest in than this one. Now, Seeking Alpha analysts love it, but I think there's only one or two that actually cover this one, so take that with a grain of salt. It's just not, it came out with a lot of hype. And when you look at the valuation of it, they're not making money. Higher for longer hurts this company. And that's where you've got to understand is if they're not making money, higher for longer hurts the company. So Tora, I'd probably get out of this one. If you're new to investing, I would say paper trade some of these stocks I know Robinhood has paper trading. I would urge you to get off of Robinhood and get to Webull. I don't like Robinhood, and the reason I don't like Robinhood is the crap that they pulled with GameStop 2 years ago. I agree that they had to do it. I just don't like the way that they did it, and then lying about it where it was clear they partnered with Citadel, who was Melvin Capital's. Watch Dumb Money and Eat the Rich on Netflix. Those are the two that you really want to watch to understand that. And Robinhood is just a horrible, horrible brokerage to have. If you want something small and you want a great app, Webull is the way to go. It is like Robinhood. I really like the charts on there. If you want an actual brokerage, Fidelity is your way to go. And you can message me for either one. I'll set you up. But Lithium Americas, I'd probably stay away from. Honest to God, if you want to put some money into it and hope that it goes up, if you're new, I would say learn charting, paper trade it. It's just not worth the risk. John Newhalls, what are your thoughts on KULR in light of recent events? I don't know what the hell the recent events are, because I don't even know what Color Technology Group is. Let's see. What's the recent events? KULR. Valuation, it's not making money. Let's see. It's a strong buy from Wall Street. I don't know. Regains compliance. If you lost compliance, their growth is an F, profitability an F. I don't see anything in the chart that I like. If you know something, John, great. I don't see anything that would tell me, oh my God, let's invest in this one. Algorithm loses you 74%. You lose 70% just buying and holding. I mean, why would I want to be in this one? Other than, hey, you went from 17 cents up to 60 cents. Great. But there's no reason. I mean, trade it. Trade it on a chart. I don't think there's any reason to, hope and pray that this is a company that will start making money. I mean, again, if you want to play that one, I would say trade it. But, I don't like it. 6M5, I mean, this username is kind of crazy, so I'm sorry. I was interested in GoDaddy. GoDaddy is GDDY. Here's what I know about GoDaddy. I know that they are cheap as far as the internet hosting goes. I don't know anything other than that. But let's take a look at the chart. Chart looks decent. I mean, you make 56% in the algorithm, the 4-hour algorithm. If you buy and hold, you made 91%. So we can go and look at GDDY. GoDaddy right there. Let's look at that. Here we're in seeking alpha for anybody listening and not necessarily looking. It's a strong buy in the quant. I mean, it's valuation A. I'd say everything looks good. Charts, again, look at the last two that we looked at, Lithium Americans and KULR. There's a big difference between those two and this one. Look at the stock chart. Over 1 year, you're up 87%. Year to date, you're up 27%. Lower left to upper right. That's a great looking stock chart. Great looking stock chart. What the valuation? B minus. Growth is a B. You look at the, Steve Kress's favorite thing on the PEG ratio, the forward, trading 32%. They have growth. I mean, why wouldn't you? If you want to look at this one and look at it, that's not a bad thing. And when you take a look at the Wall Street analysts, we can go and take a look at that. 18 analysts over the last 90 days. 18 analysts over the last 90 days. Strong buy. Nobody has a price target on it. Looks like the price target is 139.69. And you're trading at 135 right now, so slightly up. Nothing crazy. But you can see as it got upgraded, it just chased that price target up. So the valuation isn't crazy. Profitability, you can look at the growth. The growth of this one, 4.9% revenue growth. It's not horrible. EBITDA growth, 25%. Look at against the sector. So whatever your username is, 6M5MITS, I don't think that's a bad one to play. Do I know where it's going? No. For me, I don't know enough about GoDaddy. It's not my wheelhouse. It's not a big cap name. I'd probably stay away from it. But for you, yeah. I don't think it's a bad one. Again, that's a better one than Lithium Americans and the other one. I would still probably trade this one because when you look at the weekly, you're entering all-time highs on GoDaddy, and that little move up there, I would be a little bit careful of it. If you're looking at buying it now, the RSI on the weekly is at 75. Your MACD is way high. But it's been that way ever since it was trading at 110. So it's not like crazy to think that it's going to continue to go up. Not a horrible one. Bisco. HP also plays in the space. So it's 3 majors, I believe, for the semi-racks. This is in response to me saying in the newsletter, SMCI and Dell are both really, really good stocks to play as far as the AI rack space goes. So as companies get more AI servers and AI chips and things, they have to rack them up in their data centers. SMCI has been the leader, and this has been why it's been skyrocketing over the past 6 months, 5 months. And that's why it's up so much, is because all of these big players are putting in SMCI server racks. I also invested in Dell at about 112, 110, somewhere in that neighborhood. We're at 150 right now. 150. Again, great play. This was way back here. I pointed it out. I started to buy it. Right after their earnings, I said, hey, their earnings were really good. You want to buy this one? I bought in a bunch of lots right here. I think my average price is about 110. Was I happy when I bought here at 117, 118, 3 days after their earnings, and I knew that the gap was down? No. Wasn't happy that it still continued to go down. Am I happy now that I got a couple more buys thanks to the algorithm in this one? Yes. Yes. Again, you have to do this one. I don't know enough about HP particularly, but if they're in the server space with Dell, it's ranked 2 out of, or not HP. I think it's HPE. is to be honest with you. I think it's Hewlett Packard Enterprises. I think it's HPE. HP is not the symbol that you want, Bisco, but HP is HPE, I believe, is the one. It's 13 out of 26. Doesn't have as good growth as Dell. Doesn't have as good growth as SMCI. If you want all three, have all three. This one over 1 year, you're up 27%. Year to date, you're up 5%. I'd much rather have the other two, because let's take a look at the other two. Let's go and compare. We will select symbols against Dell and against SMCI. And we're going to take out the S&P 500. We're going to update the chart. We're going to select metrics, and we're going to go to performance, and I will do total price because that includes dividends, because HPE does have a decent dividend, not crazy, but look at the 1 year. 1 year return of SMCI against HPE. Look at Dell against HPE. I don't know why you'd want HPE. I have no idea why you'd want that one. 3 years, look at the SMCI versus Dell versus HPE. I mean, I don't know why you'd want, again, SMCI is up. The valuation is still relatively good as long as they continue to grow. Their earnings didn't take them down. Their guidance didn't take them down. They're really, really good. So I don't know why you'd want to include that one. I personally have both Dell and SMCI, and the reason is because I think Dell still has some room to grow. I think SMCI has been taken over a little bit with their current explosive growth, but that's what it is. Let's see. Ted, good morning, Gary. What are your what are the odds? CAMT, CAMT, which is Camtech Limited, will continue to move higher. I mean, the odds are, if you have any news on CAMT, have at it. I don't have any news. MACD, super high. RSI, 71. I don't know why, CAMT, I don't know why it's moving like that. Camtech, I don't even know what they do. But, if the odds, I don't know, valuations in F. It's ranked 4 out of 29. It's not a horrible, I mean, that's a good looking stock chart. But again, if you're looking to trade this, Ted, look at the chart. I mean, trade in the algorithm. Algorithm got you in at 78. Are you getting out? Probably very soon. I would say, well, not very soon. I mean, just knowing the algorithm, what I know, it will probably take it coming back down to about 91 or so. But, if you're buying in right now, why didn't you buy at 70? If you're looking at buying at 90, why didn't you buy at 70? That's what you have to ask yourself, is when you're looking at a stock like this, where it's going up through earnings and it gapped up through earnings. If you're looking at buying at 98, why didn't you buy at 70? That's what you have to ask yourself. Not, oh my God, what are the odds of it still going up? Well, the odds of it still going up are pretty good. I mean, the stock chart looks good. It just looks like there's too many buyers. There's the sellers aren't showing up. Nobody's selling. That's what you want to see. But I just don't know. You can't tell. That looks overextended to me. Would I look at it? No. IoT, it appears to be in a breakout. Yeah. I mean, the algorithm got you in here at 30. I mean, if you're not trading on the algorithm and you're saying, hey, it looks to be in a breakout, you've missed it. You've missed it. I mean, the RSI is coming off of 75. Could it move higher? Absolutely, it could move higher. But again, if you're just looking, if you're looking at this and saying, oh, this weekly candle looks really good, I should get in here. It's a 17% move. The next candle looks up. Oh, I should get in here. But you're not in, then you're missing out the rallies. You're missing out the rallies. What is it? This is IoT. I found another one today. SN. Let's see. Ted gave me a bunch. But SN, Shark Ninja. It's a great vacuum. Great vacuum. I mean, but again, if you didn't buy here at 63, why would you buy at 72? I mean, that's the one that I would say, hey, if you're not willing to buy it at that lower price, why are you going to buy it at the higher price? Well, it's not covered in the quant. The valuation, let's see the valuation. PE, they're making money. It looks like they're going to make money. Wall Street says it's a strong buy. How many? 10 analysts in the last 90 days, 14% upside, $84 price target. But, again, the stock chart to me looks extended. Am I looking to buy this one, or am I looking to buy something like Roblox? I mean, again, pick your trades. That's the great thing about the stock market is I can say, yeah, I wouldn't buy it here. And all of a sudden we're at 110 in the next 3 days. The great thing about the stock market, and you will get humbled if you actually do stock picking. You will absolutely get humbled if you start doing stock picking. But I like, Shark Ninja, I love the products. Don't know enough about the company. Love the products. Gary, your thoughts on Trip coming back in the short term seems to be establishing a bottom after dropping buyout plans. This was, I think the board, if I remember TripAdvisor, the board said, yeah, we're not going to, accept a buyout offer. And the buyout offer was, around $25. They think it's undervalued, but that took the stock down to 18. So, I always say a reaction in the market is an overreaction. But what you have to take a look at is, and I don't know when, but when was the actual buyout plan? What I see on this weekly chart is a clear indication that this stock was in a breakout for some reason, because the 50-day started to move positive, the 200-day started to move positive, and then we've come back. And that last week was a 30% candle. It closed at $18.18. It opened at $26. And you got killed on earnings. Now, you're seeing an inside candle, which obviously with a 30% candle from last week, it's going to be an inside candle. But it's only up 1.48%. When you go and you look at the 4-hour, now what I want to point out to you is that the algorithm makes you 36% on this versus losing 25%. The algorithm actually does a really good job on this because you lose 25% if you bought and held. But you want to make sure you understand the fundamentals of this stock. You don't want to go into this stock thinking, oh, it's going to absolutely continue and kill it based on, just it's going to fill that gap. No. Why? Well, you can take a look at the PEG. It's not bad. But they're pretty much high on the PE. When you look at the PE, it's not a great valuation. Momentum, it doesn't have really good momentum. Look, you're down 30% in 3 months. That's not good. You're up 22% in 9 months, 19% in 1 year. So revisions, when we go and we look at revisions, only 2 analysts out of 15 have revised up. One for the revenue, only 1 up. So am I sure that this one's coming back to fill the gap? I just don't know the chart well enough. You know what I do know the chart well enough? Roblox. So in my mind, for me, and again, Richard, you are different than me. Maybe you follow Trip. Maybe you understand that chart. Maybe you know what it trades around. I don't. Roblox, I do. This one's going to come back and fill the gap. At some point in time, this one's going to fill the gap. So, you have to understand when your guys are asking me about stocks, I don't know the fundamentals about stuff. I give you a 30-second to 1 minute overview. Doesn't mean I'm right because I don't know the stock fundamentals typically other than just looking at them. And I don't know the stock chart, so I don't know how that stock reacts. This one, I know how this one reacts. This is in the core portfolio. And the reason it's in the core portfolio is because it's tradable. What else is tradable? Snowflake. Snowflake is tradable. I've said it before. Snowflake, it's going to go back to 200. They had news that they're buying some AI company. It's down 0.73. It's at 163. But when you take a look at the weekly on this one, I've pointed out the range that you want to buy it. You want to buy it anywhere in this middle part. See how it's putting in that nice range? Well, it's going to run up in hype over 200 again. What do you do when it gets over 200? You sell it. You just sell it. So, if you want to buy back in, say you sell at 225 or say you sold at 200. Okay? It came back down to 150. You can buy at the 150s. But, you have to understand when you're looking at charts, that's what you're looking at doing. And when you're looking at trading these, in my world, I'm looking at, okay, how does this stock react? And how does it go to earnings? And this is a long enough time. This range goes all the way back here to February 2022. That's over 2 years that I've been watching this stock. I've been investing in this stock, that I've been trading this stock. When it came down here, did I buy it? No. I bought it up here. I bought it once it had the confirmation here. I think my first buy was August 2022. I said on the weekly, I like this at 175. When it got up here, did I sell it? No. I didn't sell it. I added more as it started to come down because I was sure this was a hype play and I didn't think this was going to zero. Too many good things about this stock. It wasn't going to zero. I didn't buy at the bottom. I didn't buy at this 130. I didn't buy at the 119 there. I bought, I think at the, I think I bought here again at 160. And I said, okay, I'm going to add my second lot. And that was January 2023. Was I happy when it got back down? No. Did I worry? No. I said at some point it's going to continue to go back up. I bought more at this 160. As it got close to, I think I sold at the 180s here because I said I didn't know that it had 200 back in its pocket. You look at this one, the high is 205. You look at this one, the high is 203. And you look at this run, it only got to the 180s. As it started to come down on the 4-hour, remember, I trimmed this one. I didn't sell the whole thing, but I sold this first lot that I bought back here at 180, 160, 170, somewhere in that. I sold it at 180. As it came back down here and I looked at this one, as it started to run up, I bought more. So I bought that initial lot that I sold back. And I bought it here, I believe, at like the 160s, 170s. Now, when it got up over this, I absolutely got out when it was 200. I absolutely got out. Now, I haven't added more yet, but I will. I absolutely will. Snowflake on the 4-hour. I think it gave us a couple of buys. I haven't added that 150. I absolutely should have added that 150. I was dumb. I was probably traveling. I mean, it was the end of April. I think I was in Utah or heading out to Utah or something. So these are the things that you want to look at. These are the things that you want to look at. Again, I've taught you everything that I know in this podcast. Maybe not in depth, but if you want more depth of how I trade, then go over to the newsletter. Sign up. It's $40, I think, for the first month. You get free 7-day trial. You can read all about it. Just sign up for the free 7-day trial. I'm not trying to, scam you out of money. I'm trying to support myself and teach you a little bit. That's all I'm trying to do. So let's take a look at some of the scans. And when I say scans, I mean these are bullish in the 4-hour algorithm. If you have TrendSpider, you can just take the daily newsletter, look at the scans, and then go look at the charts. And boom, the 4-hour gave you an entry here at 66.94. Now you're at 66.41. Are you getting out of this one? No. Do you have confirmation? No. Am I getting back into this? Probably not. I am not buying into this one just yet. Yes, it has 66.94, but take a look at these other two. This 68 was great. Went all the way up to 73 here at the beginning of May. But then with earnings, it shot down. I do think this earnings reaction is an overreaction. I think Uber is a great company. I think that 61.48 is going to provide you support. If you don't have, if you're not exposed to Uber, I would say get in. But I already have a holding. I'm looking at this being an $80 stock at some point in time. I really, really like this one. Google. I have been using Microsoft Copilot app on my iPhone. I really like it. I have to try Google's thing. I just think, and I wrote in the newsletter, Google got dinged, and this ding is part of OpenAI stuff and part of their AI the event that they had. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. They showed you how they're going to release an assistant. They showed you how they're using multimodal AI. And what multimodal means is it's video, voice, and typing. It can do multiple of inputs, and it can do multiple of outputs. And they're doing that, and they're providing it to you for free. And they're going to monetize it at some point in time. But Google has the best, easiest integration. If you haven't gone to Google and you've searched and you don't yet have the AI response at the top of the Google search results, then you're not in the program yet. But I can tell you, that's a game changer. I love Google. I will add to it. It has another leg up here, and that's what the algorithm is telling you. Palantir. I think Eli is asking about Palantir. Let's talk about Palantir. What do you think now that Algo come out and said buy? So here's Palantir. We have a confirmation here at 21.77, and you're seeing it bounce off. What happened the last time that Palantir's 50-day touched the 200-day? Well, you saw it pop up. You saw it pop up here. Now, this was obviously on news. There was some news on Palantir here, probably earnings or something like that. I don't know why it's not showing the earnings, because I should be able to see the earnings dates on here. There we go. Let's just move back to Palantir. That was Pepsi. Let's see if it paints the earnings. There we go. Yeah, there's the earnings. So it popped up on the earnings, popped up there. Now, if you look the last time that earnings we had an overreaction to earnings. It was great. I mean, and you can take a look at that. We'll move this volume indicator back. Oh, let me just grab it first. I'm not that great with the mouse. I have a trackpad. I love my trackpad. But so we move that back. And where are most people buying? Well, they're buying down here. I mean, that's where the majority of people are buying. There's also a hell of a lot of people up here at 24. You're going to get back to 25, and it's going to reject again. So if you want to buy at 22, I think you're fine. I think you get this gap filled. I think we've started to move that way, because that 50-day probably will bounce off that 200-day. I don't think, again, if you want to trade this one, I would trade it on the algorithm. The algorithm makes you 26%. Now, buying and holding Palantir over 2 years, which is the period that we back tested it, makes you 172%. You win 32% at a time. Your average win is 17%. So you're making money, but you're not making it as much as buy and hold. Why not buy and hold? Well, maybe you're just nervous. And I would argue you probably don't want to buy and hold something at 22 when the ceiling is 25. And if you reject off that 25 again, maybe you just add it. If you're a believer in Palantir, I don't think it's a bad stock. It is in the core portfolio. I believe in this stock. I believe it will be a long-time winner. The problem with Palantir is its valuation. If we go and we look at Palantir here in Seeking Alpha, and we look at the summary, I think they have it as a hold the quant has it as a hold. And it's the valuation. It's just the valuation. Now, they got dinged because, they didn't grow as fast. Even the PEG, it's just a hugely, hugely overpriced name. But it will go back to 25. This is, this is the Amazons of the 2000s. Palantir is just one of those. If you don't know about their AI boot camps, it's a really good, fantastic product solution for them. They basically bring in companies, data engineers, and they say, okay, we're going to do a boot camp, and they do the boot camp, and then their experts are helping those companies actually create AI using Palantir software for their own companies. So the boot camps are the game changer for this particular company, and I believe in that. We have Occidental Petroleum in the core portfolio, is a buy. This one pulled back to 63. Warren Buffett owns this one. I think you're getting back to 68. I think I think energy is going to take a turn, and I think Oxy will be a beneficiary of that. So it's not this isn't a short-term play. Now, one that I do think that you may want to take a chance on, and again, it's a chance. This is risky. It's in the core portfolio. And the reason it's in a core portfolio is because this stock just can't die. They can do the worst job that anybody's ever done constructing planes, but this stock won't die. I mean, they're constantly doing crappy things. But Boeing, the stock won't die. I think this is the trading range that you have between that 178 and you get this second leg. It's another MACD cross up. The RSI is a little bit high at 60, but if you're not buying this one and waiting for it to go to 230, you're just not, again, the 50-day started to move positive. They're going to have something against them again, but that's just one that I think you want to buy. So all the rest of these scans will be in the newsletter. One that I want to bring up that has been doing really well is BABX. I brought this up earlier in the week. This is a double leveraged daily against BABA. And BABA's been doing really well. Now, this one has another buy. Again, it's kind of saying, hey, we're going to go for another run. That's what this one's saying. Now, if you want to see how BABA's doing, you just go over to BABA. it's 2-time levered daily. So if you go over to BABA and you look at BABA, we're putting in all these gaps and you're putting in all these gaps, but the algorithm got you in at 71. And again, this one, another leg higher. But take a look at the weekly. Have we finally found the bottom? Well, it's kind of putting in that bottom-like territory. It did put in the bottom-like territory here at 70, and it popped all the way up to 114. That was back in 2022. Is China back? Well, the 200-day is still moving down. The 50-day kind of moving sideways, and the 9 into 21 are moving up. So it's probably a pretty good opportunity to maybe take some chances. BABX is one that, again, it trades 2 times daily. So if you want to trade it daily, you can. So Eli just asked me about NVIDIA too. Do I think NVIDIA is still a buy? Absolutely. I think their earnings, from what I understand, and again, this is just an outsider, I think at any point in time, I think you could buy NVIDIA under $900 and be fine. At $932, how many shares are you going to buy? Are you buying 1,000 shares? Are you going to $932,000? Probably not. So is the difference between 932 and 900 that big of a deal? I'd say you start a position. 838 was where the algorithm got you in. Algorithm makes you 442%. Oh boy, if you're bought and held, you're making 453%. Listen to the algorithm. You win 67% of the time on this. And you want to know why you win 67% of the time? Look at this stock chart. I mean, are you going to argue with a stock chart that just looks that good? So I'd say you get in at any point in time. MACD has never been this high. RSI has been this high. It's at 70. It's overbought. Am I adding to it? I've got a large enough position. And I've got a large enough position significantly lower. Am I selling at this point? No. I'm waiting for their earnings next Thursday, I think it is, May 20th. It might be Tuesday. I don't know. It says it's May 20th, but their earnings are coming out. They're down 1.34% today. SMCI is down 0.49. They're at 900. I think SMCI you get under 900 as well. I think these two are trading in tandem. And I think, when they announce the Blackwell backlog and demand, I think they'll be fine. So I think they'll be fine. If you have any questions, hit me up. The link tree is right here. It's got everything that you need. But I would say, again, if you want TrendSpider, it's a perfect time on a Friday to buy because then you get the weekend to do your whole setup and you get to start trading on Monday. And you're saving 50%. This ain't going to stay like this. I know TrendSpider. Sell in May and go away. They're trying to get people to trade for the summer. So it's not going to stay at $582. Get it? It's $48 a month for the year. You get 6 months for free. That's crazy. That's crazy good. So sign up. If you have any questions, again, everything's on Linktree right there. I will talk to you guys Monday. Look forward to a GameStop. I will do a paid newsletter tomorrow about GameStop, in particular, how you could have traded it based on the chart with A+ setups. They were there. They were there. If you're willing to sit there and look at the charts, I personally am not sitting there and looking at charts all day. I can get in the morning. I can get out. When I do this podcast, I just don't have time to do it. So, and by the time I'm done with all of this stuff, I just don't have time. So, okay, take care. See you guys. Bye. Boy, that was an hour. Oof, that was an hour. PEGY, Roblox Gamer. Zach Morris is the new, I think he's doing better than Roaring Kitty. Pineapple Energy. Whew. I mean, why? Trade it. I think you're right in trading. I don't think you're right in that this one all of a sudden is going to 100%. It's at 18 cents. Roblox Gamer. Sir Ryan, there is no hope on GME. GME was a trade, dude. It was a trade. This was nothing more than a trade. You better be part of the paid newsletter or read the paid newsletter this weekend because it was a trade. It's nothing more than a trade. Okay? Take a look at these steps downs with each gap is probably the day's open. But here's one of the main ones that you want to look at. We'll look at a daily chart, because take a look at the daily, okay? Take a look at the volume in particular on the daily. What do you see? Well, it's declining. And on a Friday, it's going to go down even more. The new one is FFIE, if you want to trade it. That one, I don't know if it's a short squeeze. It's up 66% at 274. But this provides you the opportunity to trade. Yeah, let's remove these. Remove all segment annotations. Boy, that's an ugly chart to try and trade, though. Daniel, I don't do options, so I don't know. You'd have to probably go to your brokerage. If your brokerage isn't helping you, Daniel, then you've got to, if you don't have a brokerage where you can ask that kind of question, they can guide you, that's not a good brokerage. Like, Robinhood, I know Webull will provide you help and support because you can paper trade. Just go over, Daniel. Go and download Webull. Go to the link tree. Click this fourth link. Put $100 in Webull. Just put $100 in Webull. You can start an account with $100. And I will tell you, go and paper trade. Don't actually trade the $100. Paper trade it. And what paper trading is you can put $1 million in a paper trade account, and you can trade as much as you want. That's how you learn options. So that's how you learn options. But I don't know options. I don't trade options. The only thing I've ever done is covered call stuff. So, and with that, I am out of here. You guys